Oh, where is it? Good
Good morning,
morning.
DC.
Good morning.
Girl, I would. Well, I had. Yeah. Good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. While I had the intro going, I was trying to close down some of my windows because it felt like it was lagging on my side. Was it lagging on your side?
Uh-uh. I was actually dancing to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you was dancing. You was getting your cardio in.
I was
Okay, well,
getting it in.
wonderful. Girl,
I was
I
doing it. I was doing the snake in the cabbage patch.
yeah, for me, it was playing for me, but then it was kind of stopping and everything. And like when I was trying to toggle to my window with my notes on it, it was like freezing up and all this. And I'm like, maybe I need to close down some of my windows, which I typically keep my windows closed on here anyway. But maybe
What's
I
up,
just
Lexi?
needed to close out a little bit more. Good morning to everybody joining us. Good morning to Dolly Jean. Good morning to Ray Tricks, moderator member.
Dolly
Ray
Jean,
Tricks
Ray
definitely
Treat.
don't watch Big Brother, but he always drop in just to say hello every Saturday. I appreciate it.
And that's good. I like when people just drop in. You ain't gotta stay. Drop in and say hello.
Hmm.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I thought I had you connected with my headphones. Let me make sure this plugged up because I don't hear you through my headphones. Child, I got some everything going on this morning, don't I?
You need to drink that coffee.
It's an
Drink.
iced coffee, and I got it right here waiting. But I want to be able to hear you through my
What's that coffee we got before, babe? What's that coffee we got the other day?
your Vietnamese coffee.
You gotta try Vietnamese. I can't even say the word right. Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
Viet. These tongue twisted words are messing me up, boy. What's
Yeah,
up,
let me
Stephanie?
go
What's
in
up,
here
Rainbow
to my
Queen?
settings.
Rainbow Queen, when I go on your live stream, you gotta when you see me say hi, make me a mod if you don't mind because you can't see me for some reason. I just tell people to mod me up so they can see me when I say hi.
Okay, I think I just fixed it.
You did.
Yes, that's better. Okay, girl. And I want to say good morning, chat rep. Chat rep. I don't even know if chat rep watch Big Brother, but she might. Good morning to Super Rainbow Queen. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so I think I'm situated here. So where do we want to begin with Sunday night's episode?
We're gonna start off Sunday night. Sunday night was I got a whole lot of notes on Sunday night. I don't know. Sunday night felt like it was a long episode.
See, that's how I felt about Wednesday's episode because that one was longer than normal. I ended up falling asleep on it, but I at least tried to stay awake through the main parts that I needed.
Yeah, Wednesday was long too. Yeah, it
Uh huh.
was.
But Sunday night's episode seemed longer because I'm sure you noticed it. They added that Big Brother Unlocked mess at the beginning of Sunday night's episode. Did you notice?
Yeah, I saw that when I went because I record it and then I watch it the next day. Yeah, I saw
Mm-hmm.
that. I was like, okay.
Well, and you know something, I think that they decided to do that because nobody was watching on Friday. I mean, you gonna be hard pressed to find people that's gonna sit down on a Friday night to watch this. So I guess they went back to the drawing board and decided, well, hey, good morning, Duchess.
What's up, Duchess?
Duchess said they better leave my Mickey alone. Oh,
Mickey?
you like Mickey, Duchess. I was wondering who was your
Everybody that
favorite
come
this
on here
season.
like Mickey. What is up with that?
As you can see,
Everybody.
based on our pictures, mine is Rachel, and then DC like Ava, Duchess like Mickey. And then don't forget about Positivity, she like Keanu. So
Yeah,
everybody likes somebody different.
yeah.
Hmm. Oh,
I
Duchess said fuck Keanu.
I think he
You
gonna win for some reason.
Well, you know something. It's a few things that I noticed about Keanu this week that I want to bring up as talking points as we get through. Because I'm kind of leaning towards Duchess. At first, I was liking him, until I started really noticing what he do as far as his gameplay goes, and then my feelings started to change about him. But yeah, so they started off with the Big Brother Unlock at the beginning. I think it was cute. It worked that way. If they expect me to watch it, they're gonna have to do it like that and put it on Sunday right before the
Yeah,
show. Otherwise, I ain't gonna watch it.
yeah.
But
'Cause
I appreciated how it transitioned into the HOH competition. That was cute.
right when they was on the wall
Where they
themselves.
uh-huh. hmm Yeah,
They
they were
was-
testing out the wall comp, and then it transitioned right on over to the HOH competition, which was the wall comp.
right. They were like, they
Mhm.
don't even know we on the other side of this wall.
Right. And the thing that I thought was cute about it too is, remember last week me and you were speculating on if it was gonna be the wall comp, because remember you said you had heard about it.
Yeah, they said
And
it. They was like, bring the wall back, bring the wall back.
yeah, the super fans all over social media was saying it was about to be the wall comp, and that ended up being the competition that was gonna be.
All right, well, go ahead with your notes. Let's see what you got first.
Okay. Oh, and Duchess, he said he told Vince to go at Rachel, but he doesn't, or will he? You know something? Keanu just won't stand in his mess, and I think that he take people to be a fool. That's the problem that I have with him so far. But okay, so the showmance, of course, had ended because of the eviction. Riley
Yep.
left, and Catherine was blindsided. She was crying all over the place, like she was gonna miss him. Vince, my note here, I said Vince seemed to be aligned with his judges alliance. So
Right.
far, it looked like he really is going to work with them. Um, However, it seems that he felt used by them to a certain degree, and he feel like he on the bottom of the totem pole, and that they'll turn on him at any moment.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I had at the beginning. He
Do,
felt that they used him.
do you agree?
Yeah, I agree with that. That's what I had on my notes because yeah, he said he felt like they used him to get Riley out, and his other alliance going to get him out. That his other alliance going to get him out.
Hmm.
But I feel like Vince put himself into that situation by teaming up with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Vince is doing too much currently. I'd be glad when he actually narrows it down to a group that he will be really really with. But he say he was with the Judges Alliance. And I mean, as I watch the week progress, it's really hard to call. But either way, the competition for HOH this week was the wall competition, and it was called the Mystere Express, where they had to be up on the wall, and it was an endurance competition to see who could last the longest. Let's see now, Mickey. I'm looking here to
Hold on.
see if I got the time.
I got something with
Hmm.
Vince. This was crazy when he went crying to Keno about Riley putting he went to he went to Keno crying about Riley was going to put him up to vote Riley out. Did you see that part?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
how he just
Yeah.
I don't know if he be really crying for real or is he fake crying.
It all looked fake to me, because remember he did that same old crying last week when he went and cried to Rachel and Will. And remember, they laughed in his face.
Yeah, it's confusing with him because it's like you want to believe he's crying, he's in his feelings, but then you can't because he already how Rachel peeped him out when he
Hmm.
felt like he was crying for real.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's just too much. He doing too much. Vince is.
I think I think Vince and all this crying is definitely an act. To me, I feel like he is a floater because he just kind of move and sway whichever way the wind blows. but he
Mm-hmm.
hasn't really solidified himself with any one side or one person up in the house. Hell, he
Right.
got so many final twos that he forget who he already made a final two with. Good morning, Michi Black. Good morning, everybody.
What's up, Michi?
So his tears, I saw his tears, but I mean, it seemed like this fool found a reason to cry every week. So that's why I
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
even
like,
make a note of it.
and then
I didn't even make a note of him
Keanu
crying.
was talking to Ray, right? And Keanu was talking to Rachel, stating that they can be final two, and she agreed. It was like Sunday night was a lot going on.
Yeah, it was. So they did have the wall competition in which I was shocked that Will and Ashley was the first ones to fall.
Right. But
Will and Will
speaking of them
mhm.
falling, why they just now bringing back the have-nots after all these other evictions? So
Well,
those people
I know
those
with
people go ahead.
go ahead.
Those people been in the have-not room all that time.
No, no, no. That they just brought the have-nots, which is typical of the wall competition. They have to give some type of punishment to the people that fell first. And I know in the past history, that's how they normally would give out the have-not punishment after the wall competition. Like the first 3 or 5 people that fall off the wall normally end up being the have-not. I think they in past
Mhm.
seasons they use that as an incentive to make people endure and stay on that wall longer because you don't want to be a have-not. So I'm wondering if that's the reason why they brought it back, because it kind of goes hand in hand with the wall competition. I think, you know.
Right, because the have-nots, I was like, that was a long time ago, in the beginning of the show. Here we are in the middle towards the end. I
But
thought
they
they,
only had one round of have-nots, and that was the first week.
right. And what week we in now?
It was the first week. Yeah, but
Seven.
week 7. It's in the time.
Right.
But no, the big brother ain't gonna make people be a have-not for 7 weeks. DC, you see them be eating. They be eating and drinking whatever they want.
Yeah.
Mm, all of them do. But but I understood that they brought it back, and I mean, they I guess they just do the show kind of like how they do it. But about Ashley and Will, they gonna have to do something. I mean, right now we at week 7, which is almost halfway through the game, and they
Mm-hmm.
ain't won shit.
I
And now
was,
y'all the first ones to fall, but y'all want to be aligned with the people and get protection every week. But hell, you gonna have to help me win something.
right. They don't even try to stay up. I'm like, damn. They could have
That
stayed
was
up at
my
least
thought,
longer.
because it's cute to have alliance members that you could trust, but it's horrible when you have somebody who don't carry their own weight. And so far, Will, he'd been a disappointment. Even them 2 times he was on the block and went to the BB Blockbuster and lost. Then all of
Mhm.
these competitions he keep losing. Now you the first one to fall off the wall, and then Ashley. Even though I understand Will being older, he probably wouldn't last that long. But I mean, damn, the first one. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, Will and Ashley fell first, and then Morgan fell, and then Mickey fell, then Ava, then
I was shocked
Kelly.
that Ava stayed up long. I just knew she was gonna fall first.
Hmm.
Because Ava never actually wins competitions like those. She don't
At
last
this
on.
point, Ava got me a bit confused. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know what to say about what she doing. At least with her HOH, I thought I knew, but now I don't know if I even know what she doing. If she, doing stuff intentionally or what. But yeah, she did last much longer than expected. Keanu ended up falling after Kelly. Then Lauren fell. And then Catherine fell. And oh my goodness,
There you go.
Vince ended up staying up there. Now, were you happy to see this HOH win or not?
Not really.
Me either. Because if we go back to our predictions that we had from last week, you predicted a Keanu win, and I predicted. Who did I predict? I thought I predicted a girl. Let me see. You predicted Keanu. I predicted Morgan.
Yeah.
And see, Morgan was a whole disappointment. She, child, I don't even know. I ain't gonna predict her no more. I ain't gonna predict her. She
Yeah.
was one of the first ones to fall and end up being the have not. Now
Yep.
Morgan the have not this week because she fell so early. Mhm. So I ain't gonna put my money up on her. But I was thinking Morgan because it's more girls than guys. So it's fascinating to me that Vince ended up winning, even though the odds were against him. But he became the HOH.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have another note?
Yeah, he became the HOH. Let me get back to them. I had the Ava lasting longer
Okay.
than normal. Um, After the HOH. Oh, hold on, wait a minute, I gotta go back up. Did you see when Catherine
Okay.
she was basically seeing how Rachel was running the whole thing? It's like now they seeing stuff, you know what I'm saying? With the stuff they should have been basically focusing on what was going on in the beginning throughout the game itself. Now they seeing who running stuff, who's running the game. And Keanu, he finally waking up. He has his own wake up call, talking about he gonna play his own game now. This was before all the other crap from the other days that's coming up, but yeah, yeah. But nobody was seeing
Well,
who's
but I think that that's a Johnny come lately response.
yeah.
Well,
It
I was
is.
thinking that was a Johnny come lately response about them finally seeing that but Rachel was just the HOH. So of course she running stuff right now. She was just HOH last week.
Yeah, but when she came in the house, she was telling them what to do,
You know?
and they was doing it. They was doing exactly what she was telling them,
Mm-hmm.
and still doing it.
What and if Catherine is just now seeing that in order to say something about it, then that's on Catherine. Because Catherine head was so far up, that's solid gone, and she actually able to observe and pay attention. And it took 6 weeks. 6 weeks. You was too busy
Right.
chasing with this boy and flirting with this boy that you wasn't paying attention. Now you trying to pay attention.
Last minute. Now, how about let's go here. Keanu. He gonna go tell
Mm-hmm.
Vince to put Rachel as a pawn. Since Rachel did that to him, you know that tip for tap thing. He When Keanu go tell Vince to put Rachel on the block since Rachel put Vince on the block,
Uh-huh. Yes.
and then what happened? What Vince go do? He go tell
Well, Vince told
Rachel,
Rachel.
yeah, was that a total chaos?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you notice, they definitely been telling each other stuff, and it's so crazy to see like the circle of how the information is going. It's almost like the telephone game, except
Yeah,
the only thing is the information is very much accurate, but I still feel like some people still trying to trust the wrong people, even though that information keep coming back to them.
yeah. That just messed that whole what was they the frenemies? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that just messed that all up. Yeah, I
Yeah,
felt like I felt like Will shouldn't have
I
did
was
that.
going for the frenemies initially. I Will shouldn't have done what?
Huh?
You said you feel like Will shouldn't have did
Not
that,
Will, not
but
Will,
what did he do?
not Will Vince, not Will Vince.
Oh,
I felt like
oh,
Vince.
okay.
I felt like Vince shouldn't have went and told Rachel because first of all he was more closer to Keanu, wasn't he? Am I correct or not? Wasn't he more closer to Keanu? They were more closer to each other.
I honestly think Vince and Keanu have only now been trying to get close to each other because Riley gone. For
Mm,
some reason, I think Riley was like that third party person that held them two together. Because
mm,
Riley was cool with Keanu, and then Riley was cool with Vince. But now that Riley is gone, it's almost like they trying to trust each other because they don't have that third party in between them. But I will say that I thought Keanu and Rachel were close, much closer than him and Vince. And this is one of the things that I noticed about Keanu that makes me say fuck Keanu, like what Duchess Kelly Love said in the chat.
right.
Take note going forward. Keanu don't trust a single thing a woman tells him.
Hmm.
This week showed that to me because Rachel been upfront and honest with the man, even to the point of not putting him up on her HOH last week. And he still don't trust or believe a thing that woman tell him. But every single thing that Vince tell him, he believes it.
You believe now you're gonna have me watching.
He believe it. Even to the point where even with this whole telephone game thing that we talking about, Rachel went and told Keanu that Vince told her. He still went and told Vince and said Morgan told Rachel. Rachel didn't tell you. Morgan told her. Rachel told you that Vince was the one who told her. But he refused to believe that Vince is running his business to Rachel. He refused to believe that this man would be running his business to Rachel. So when Rachel is trying to give him a heads up, he think Rachel lying and saying Morgan must have told him. Why Morgan got to be to blame? Morgan ain't got nothing to do with it. And
I ain't got
even
nothing
that
to do with
alone is
that.
him blaming a woman. Him blaming a woman. Anything that a woman do or say up in this game, that man don't believe and he find fault in it. Pay attention. And I mean, as we continue with the recap, you will start seeing it for yourself. That was starting to make me dislike him because it's almost like a chauvinistic attitude that he got. And I'm like, look, Rachel is the big brother veteran. She know what she doing. Why in the world you trusted Vince word over hers when Vince is the one that keep telling your business?
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just crazy. Now I gotta look. I'm gonna have to pay attention to my notes now. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And so yeah, they had that whole circular thing about who said what, and about the switching of the sides. Keanu, I couldn't stand the fact that Keanu kept trying to get Vince to put Rachel up on the block.
Right.
Meanwhile, y'all have a frenemies alliance. Out of all the people there, you keep trying to get him to put Rachel up there. Why? Because he don't trust Rachel. But I honestly think that he don't trust Rachel because he don't trust none of the women there.
And that's how fast he gonna get out. Because it's more women up in there than men.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So his
That's
his
gonna be
days
part
are
of his
numbered.
downfall, in my opinion.
His days are numbered. So here we go with
Yes.
Morgan. Morgan telling Vince about Mickey make how Mickey make her feel like she got to reach a quotum, and not
Mm-hmm.
that, even though they're in an alliance. Mickey, she burning bridges with these people to the point they really don't like her no more.
Yeah, I think it was because of that long power trip that Mickey was on after the fact. And then just Mickey, to be honest, she got a kind of an arrogant spirit too. Um, I think that Mickey and Rachel will end up being head to head trying to take over this house. Um, because both of them kind of have this mindset that they know what's best. But the problem is Mickey is still a rookie when it comes to the game. Whereas Rachel done played a few times. And that's
Yeah,
even the
she
thing too, going back to Keanu. Goes because this is her third time around. Plus, she already won before. But even with her have already had a win, Keanu still don't believe her when she be telling them stuff or second guess what she said. And it's like the woman done won. She trying to help you. But he don't believe that she trying to help him. He believe that she out to get him when she ain't. And that's why he like, well, put her up on the block, put her up on the block. Like this is the person that really is trying to give you some game and school you and take you far, but you don't trust her because she a woman,
right.
I think. Hmm.
See, he could have had it made for real, if he would, trust of all people. That's the one person you should trust. You know what I'm saying? His game could have
Yeah.
been. But he just, like I said, he burning bridges. Just like Mickey, they burning bridges instead of him sticking with the person that know the game and went throughout the process. Now you got me believing how he feel about women.
That's how I feel. And like my next note, Morgan was trying to tell Vince
Yeah, that's what.
that not to go against Rachel. And notice Morgan just started being cool with Rachel, I guess what? Just recently, because I mean, hell, she was on the block because of Rachel.
Right.
And Morgan was trying to tell Vince, hey, let's work with our judges alliance. Let's stick with our judges alliance. Don't put Rachel up. But meanwhile, Vince got Keanu on the other side saying, put Rachel up, even though Keanu, dumb crazy self, got a friend in me, Spinal 2 with her. I'm like, who in the world in Big Brother history would really run around and insist to have they Final 2 person put on the block? Ain't nobody
Right.
else tried to get no final two with Keanu. Nobody. They
None.
been
Not
for
one.
for the first 5 weeks, they were trying to get his ass out of there. So it's like, why are you trying to get your final two person up? Oh, it don't make sense.
Like I said, I'm gonna start watching the live feeds in the end.
Hmm.
But
So I
next.
did. And even if you don't watch the live feeds, DC, there are some YouTube channels that I've been subscribed to for years where these people just recap the live feeds. So even if you don't have time to watch it, there are some channels that you could log into and get a live feeds recap every single day, and that way
Oh,
you don't even have to watch it. Um, if you don't have time, because some people don't have time to. But the live feeds, I think they are good to just have ambient noise. Just put it on to have ambient noise. Um, just to have something, because I will sometimes log in just to see what they doing. But remember, the live, well, you probably don't know, but the live feeds footage, all of that is happening in California time.
okay.
So you always have to remember the time zone difference. So with
Right.
that being said, because we on the East Coast, things really don't start get popping on them live feeds until about like midnight or 1 o'clock for us, because it's like 10 or 11 o'clock in California. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I'll be sleep.
A lot of the times you will be asleep, but in the live feeds you can rewind it. They
Right.
there was one little area where you can go to get the highlights from the night, and you could just click where they already got the timestamps up in there, and you could click on whatever highlight you want to see. It's very interesting how they have it laid out. They also have it laid out character by character. So like if you could just click on Ava, and then it'll have a whole bunch of timestamps where you could click on videos to see what happened with Ava, the highlights about Ava, or the
Okay.
highlights about Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got it very, very well organized in there. But of course they would, because they've been having these live feeds going on for years now. Um, but I say all that to say, even if you ever got curious, one place that I know that does a really good live feeds recap is
Mhm.
Rob Has a Podcast. It's called
All right.
Rob
Send
Has a
that to me.
Podcast.
Send that to me after the. You know, you can text that to me.
Well, I'm saying it out loud because the other people, the audience might want it.
No, I'm
Rob
just
Has a
saying.
Podcast. It's very, very good. Hmm. Yeah. And so, and that's here on YouTube. And they typically do their live feeds recap probably at around 11 o'clock or noon every single day. But okay, so now let's see. So okay, we getting ready for nominations. Vince is toggling as far as who he want to put up.
Yes, it is. He going one on one, basically telling everybody, you know, who he was basically telling the people who was going on the block until he went
I
to
think
Kelly. Kelly was not happy at all. She was not happy.
for me, he seemed like a people pleaser that was telling everybody what they wanted to hear.
Hmm.
Um, and it's crazy because in the past week she wanted to be nominated, but once Vince was the HOH, she didn't want to be nominated this time.
Right. She just thought she was gonna be chilling till he went up to her and said what he said. Oh man, she was not happy. She did not want to be on that block.
Hmm. And I don't know why she keeps saying that her and Vince are best friends. Just last week, the fool didn't even know that y'all had a final two together. So since when did Vince become your best friend in the house? Like what? She is weird. Kelly is strange as hell.
Yes, she is.
Mm-mm. So yeah, Vince it's time for him to get ready to nominate people, and he really hasn't zoned in on who he is going to put up except for Kelly. They end up having the nomination ceremony, and Vince nominates Ava, Mickey, and Kelly.
Who was your prediction?
Well, first off, I had predicted that Morgan was going to be the HOH, but I predicted that Morgan would nominate Rachel, Keanu, and Kelly. So I did mention Kelly. You predicted that Keanu was going to be HOH and that he was going to nominate Mickey, Morgan, and Kelly.
So two of mine were.
So yeah, two of yours were correct. Um, what did you think about Ava? Ava ass up there. I thought about you once she got her ass thrown up on the damn block.
One, I was like, okay. He only reason he said he put up there because was he doing tit for tat. He put her up there only
Hmm.
because she did that to him. That's all. But he ain't had no other reason to put her up there.
Well, and that's okay. Well, that's the only reason that you need, ain't
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it ain't like she did. There was no other reason but that.
it? Hmm. Yeah, I think tit for tat is good by my book and Big Brother because honestly, Ava. So of course she had to know that that was gonna be coming. That's the
Yeah,
one thing when it comes to being HOH and nominating somebody, because they can always get their get back on you if they end up getting HOH, which is what they typically do.
right. And she knew it because she even said it. He only put me up there because I put him on the block. She said it. She knew. But
Mm-hmm.
Mickey ass was mad as hell. She was mad. She was like,
Mm-hmm.
"No, we was supposed to be the melting pot." She was mad. Mickey was mad,
And
mad.
that's but the melting pot, it's so funny that alliance must be so new and not real that I didn't even realize that they had something called the melting pot. I'm like, melting
Yeah,
pot, what?
the melting
But she
pot.
was upset, and I mean, she had every right to be upset. However, you know, I think it was very easy for them to try to target Mickey this time because Mickey won the blockbuster last week. But okay, so that was the end of Sunday night. So now we'll go to Wednesday night's episode. Let's see. And one thing that I did appreciate about Wednesday night's episode, or at least as far as the veto competition, night when we had to watch that BB Unlocked, and you saw Nicole Franzel, her little segment was called Wine or Wine.
Oh yeah,
Do you remember that?
yeah.
With Nicole, her segment called Wine or Wine.
Trying to find my
Well,
notes.
I thought that it was funny that they showcased that in Sunday night, and it made me wonder if that was also somewhat of a transition with the unlock, giving us a glimpse of what the veto competition was going to be about Sunday night. Because sure enough, on Wednesday, it was a wine competition.
Yeah, it was.
But yes, so all right, so now let's go here. So they have they are getting ready for the veto. Mickey is mad as hell. She feel betrayed. She feel
She
like she
attacking
was
Morgan.
targeted for no reason. Mhm.
She was attacking Morgan like big time. I mean, dang, she was mad. She was out of control. Let's say that.
Yeah. I sometimes wonder if she is really even good with Morgan, because she seemed to be ready to flip on Morgan at the drop of a dime. And it
Mhm.
happens often.
I think Mickey has an issue. Not let's say she got the issue. She got an issue, or her thing is she want to control things. Let's say that she want to control things.
Mhm.
Like Ashley said, Ashley said she crazy. She got a control issue. That's what Mickey got.
Mhm.
She want to control the game. She want to make sure this and she. But like I said in the other episodes we watched, she wasn't like that when she came in the house. Up until she won the HOH, and ever since she won the HOH, her whole demeanor changed, and it's getting worse and worse as the show go on. Mickey is a mean girl that want to
Well,
be liked. Lisa said Mickey's a mean girl that want to be liked.
I think that she is me, and I will say that I saw the change after her HOH. However, I think some of what Mickey is doing right now is warranted or is justified because she was their target last week. She was the target, and she had I feel like she has this way of behaving now because she done finally been on the block where they was really gonna take her ass up out of there if she didn't win the blockbuster. So
Right.
she already know what it feels like to have her life in danger. And if we gonna be honest, she know that them people would have been ready to get her ass right on up out of there if she had not won that blockbuster to save herself. I believe that once you in a position like that where you on the block and the house is about to get you out, but it's only because you won that you save yourself, that you start viewing everybody totally different after that, including
Right.
Morgan.
But see, the thing about it is, if she changed her whole demeanor, it might be too late though, because she been the way she been acting out on people. But if she changed her whole demeanor back the way she was, people would not try to put her on the block because they see she's not that person after she got on the be the HOH. You know what I'm saying? Because before, when she first came in the
I
house, she
disagree.
she was all right. She wasn't all. I don't know what the word to use for her right now, but she
Well, you
wasn't a
were
person.
saying initially that
Yeah, she's not the
what
person
you
she
say,
was when
DC.
she's not the person she was when she first came in the house. And I understand you gonna be mad and angry about certain things, but if you're trying to win a game, sometimes you can't bring out that attitude or that meanness you have, because people gonna look at you different and then they really gonna want to get you out the house. Just like how Lauren just floating through. She ain't making nobody mad.
Hmm.
She just doing her thing. Look at Will floating on through. But when you minute you turn yourself into the way Mickey did, that's why they trying to get her out. What's up, Leilani?
But I believe that them two that you name and Lauren and well, Lauren did win one HOH, but her HOH was a waste because she really didn't even target people. She just put the same old people back up. Will ain't won nothing. So how could he make somebody mad when he ain't never had a lick of power yet?
Yeah, but he not walking around the house. He been on a now Will been on the block, but he not walking around the house, being mean to people.
Hmm. Yep. I think, and you keep saying that Mickey is not the same person as she was, but if you see the title of today's show, this is week 7 recap. Week number 7. I mean, she done been around these people, done seen them flip flop, be wishy washy, done seen them be ready to vote her out just last week. I wouldn't expect her to be the same person that she was walking in day one, 7 weeks later, when she done really seen these people almost try to get her out last week.
But she put herself in that position. She the one walked around there after she got the HOH with her nose up in the air. You know, she did it.
Hmm.
She could have did play the game like everybody else. Well, not everybody, but she could play her game and still be the same person, and she would never got put on the block, or not even not put on the block, but nobody would target her because she didn't build bridges.
Yeah, I think at this point she kind of she spread herself too thin, so to speak. But again, that's what you get for trying to have all of these side deals with everybody. Of course, you're gonna piss people off if you got all these side deals with everybody, and that's the problem with having big ass alliances. But it's crazy to me to hear you say this now in week 7, when I know in weeks number 1 and 2, you was fussing at people for not having too much of a. You fussed at Rachel because it was just Rachel and Amy, and that Rachel wasn't being with everybody. And I
Yeah,
was
but
like,
I
well, if
think
you,
no, it ain't got nothing to do with the alliance. It got to do with Mickey herself, her personality, everything done changed. So it ain't got nothing to do with the alliance. You can have big lines or little lines, whatever, but I prefer big lines. The more people I can have on my backside when it's time to vote. But the thing about it's not about alliance, it's about Mickey's attitude. She has a bad attitude and walk around the house like she the shit. Let's say that. Ever since she won the HOH. So she the one made people come after her every week. They trying to get her out. Those are clean. Put those. Hold on for a second.
okay. So y'all, basically what it sounds like to me is DC is trying to say that people are targeting Mickey for personal reasons. Because if you gonna target somebody up in this house because of their attitude or whatever, then you doing that for a personal reason and not necessarily for a game reason. Whereas I believe that the people are targeting Mickey for a game purpose because Mickey is good. She is good, and it's clearly proven that she is somewhat good because she won the blockbuster.
Right.
She won the blockbuster last week. And then even with this veto comp, she gonna prove herself even more. There has always been a debate season after season about people playing the game for personal reasons versus gameplay reasons. And right now, yeah, Mickey attitude is horrible. I don't like how she was treating everybody. But I mean, now she is a target, so it is what it is. But let's go ahead and move on. So I'm looking here at the note. So Kelly and Mickey both are feeling betrayed by Vince putting them up, which is crazy because it's like Vince is making promises to everybody all over the place. Um, People are upset with Mickey and her nasty style of gameplay. And then you got Keanu, who is still trying to get Rachel put on the block as a back door, even though that's his final two. Keanu don't have nobody else wanting to be a final two with him, but he's still trying to get Rachel up on that block, so that it could be so that Rachel can be put up as a replacement if the veto is won and if it's used. I thought it was a lie of all lies when Vince was trying to tell Kelly that if he won the veto, he was going to take her off the block.
That was a lie.
Of course it was a lie. And just the fact that Kelly even believed it when, just like I said, about a week or two ago, the man forgot that he even had a final two with her. So if he forgot that y'all had a final two, why in the world would he put you on the block to win the veto to take you down? That don't make no sense. He put you on the block because that's what he wants you to be.
And then he was fake talking to Mickey also.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey crying to Vince. He's saying he would take her off if he win the veto, which is a lie.
Yeah, he was basically telling everybody across that house anything that they wanted to hear, which I feel like is going to bite him in the rump later on down the line because, again, the people can't trust you if all you do is lie to them. And eventually, the lies going to catch up with you. I mean, hell, look at the lies catching up with Keanu right now, where Rachel done found out that Keanu keep running everything back to Vince. Every single thing that they talk about, he run it to Vince. Vince runs stuff to Rachel, and now Rachel feel like she can't even trust Keanu no more, but she's still trying to trust Vince. It's so interesting. When people actually start comparing notes in this game, then they really start seeing who is going to be for them. But just the fact that Keanu is trying to backdoor Rachel, that really had ticked Rachel off. So now, are you okay with us moving on to the veto competition now?
Well, I had the part when Will said he'll use it on Mickey, but in his head he was like, he not using no veto because he ain't burning no bridges with nobody up in there. He was hoping he didn't get picked. And like if I was him, I would throw it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I
first
would.
off, Will will have to win. Will will have to win a veto in order to use it on Mickey. And you talk about if you was Will, you would throw it. That's the problem. Will ain't won nothing, and we in week 7. Do you know how many competitions they have every week? We looking at 3 competitions every week, and we are at week 7. Week 7, and he ain't won nothing. And he talk about he would throw. See that right there. Which I knew that he was lying to Mickey, but Mickey shouldn't even have took that seriously because again, in order for him to use a veto on her, he got to win one.
Right.
He won nothing. Not nothing.
Not a damn thing.
He done had 21 different competitions.
He gonna win this week coming. He gonna win this week coming up.
Girl.
He might win
At this point, Will Will is the ultimate floater for me because he ain't doing nothing. And it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing because he just floating around. And good morning, Leilani. Okay. So we got that Will had lied to Mickey about the veto. Okay, so now that the veto competition comes about, it's called Wine to Die For. Which again, I thought that was a cute little segue from Sunday's Unlocked episode about wine or wine to now this Wine to Die For. That
Mm-hmm.
Wine to Die For competition was cute. I had not seen a competition like that in the past in Big Brother. I thought it was a cute competition. What was your thoughts about it?
Yeah, it was. It was different.
Mhm.
I was just wondering what the hell they had in the poison to make them to make it. But I said, did they put aqua sauce or something in there?
Yeah, that was something that I was thinking about as well. It probably was some type of chemical or something that will react with the saliva. That's what I was thinking. Like something that reacts with the saliva that cause all that fizzling.
Because every time they did, I was like, oh no, oof. that
Mhm.
was that was. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so they end up playing this game of deception um where the person has to go and get 2 glasses of wine and then decide to give the glasses of wine to one house guest, but one glass of wine is poison, the other one is not. Then you have to figure out which one is poison, if you should trust the person, that type of thing.
Yeah, that was a long game too. That was a long game.
It was. And honestly, I think even though excuse me, Mickey ended up getting the veto win with this one. I
Hmm.
think it was just because luck was on her side.
It had to be. I was like, dang it, she did it again.
Right, but see that right there, that's her second win now. Well, actually, she used the power that she had to become that HOH. Then she won the blockbuster last week. Now she just won the veto competition. So that's three things that she has on her resume, which would make people continue to target her. Now, what I will say is I'm proud of her though for at least winning and playing the game and not being like Will and Ashley. That's just there.
Right.
I think in this part of the game, I'm not as much critical about people's attitudes more so than what they are contributing to the game. And if they are being scary game players. Because you could say that Will and Ashley both are somewhat scary game players, and that's why they refuse to win because they don't want to be the one to muddy up the waters. But then you ain't trying to play. You just trying to scoot by. And or as Rachel would say, floaters, better grab your life vest because they trying to float on by. And I'm ready for Rachel to notice that they some floaters and get their asses on up out of there. Rachel
Yeah.
don't like no floater. And they floating.
And shoot, Rachel, she basically nervous at this point after Mickey won because she just knew she was going on the block.
Hmm. Oh, hey, Nothing Burger and hey, Sassy Francis. So Nothing Burger said will win something before Ashley.
I can see
I
that. What's up, Nash? What's up, Nothing Burger and Sassy Francis?
Yeah, I'll be glad when one of them do something because at this point you ain't got much more time to be putting stuff on your resume. Because imagine if Will and Ashley made it to the final two. What would they say that make them be the person to win?
I clean the house. I cook. I made my bed yesterday.
Oh my goodness. They don't have nothing that they could stand on to say why they should win. I guess if it was Will and Ashley in the end, the only thing that Will would have to say is that I was on the block 2 times in the first 3 weeks. But I ain't win no competition. They just let me get off the block. They didn't evict me.
They gonna say I had friends. Hold on, Lisa got a question.
Okay.
That be a good thing on your resume. The fact that I didn't win nothing and I'm still in the final
Say that again now. What
She
she said?
said, wouldn't that be a good thing that they didn't win anything and they still there and they made it in the final two?
Wouldn't that be like I didn't have to do nothing and I made it to the final two? Wouldn't that be like, well, that you right.
They didn't have to do nothing to make it to the final two. Wouldn't that be a good thing?
It could, but they would have to be able to articulate that in their speech. Because at
I
the
cleaned
end, you
up.
have to come through with a speech because you still got to convince the people to vote for you. You can make it to the final two not doing anything, but the question is, are the people going to vote for you? But knowing very well that you ain't do anything. The only season of Big Brother where I saw where somebody barely did anything was, I think it was season 16 when Derek won. Derek had never been on the block. And I don't know if Derek had ever even won a competition.
Well, I know for a fact Will sat down and listened to everybody and he gave his opinion to get people out.
Yeah, but is that worth almost $1 million?
If he listened.
Girl, please.
and the
Girl,
person they wanted out got out.
And if they let him do, what they gonna do?
I believe if Will is on the final two with anybody, besides Ashley, he gonna lose because he don't have a leg to stand on. And if Ashley is on the final two with anybody outside of Will, she gonna lose. The only way that either one of them will have an opportunity to win in the final two is if they deal with each other, because both of them just as sorry. But if you but if you put Will at the final two with, let's say, Keanu, hands down they gonna give it to Keanu whether they like him or not. Or if Will is in the final two with Vince, hands down they gonna give it to Vince because at least Vince done got a HOH win. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you, as much as you don't want to do too much, Lisa, you still got to be able to make a speech to tell all of these people who are probably sore losers because they done got put out why they need to give it to you.
Oh, I don't think Will should win now. I'm not even an avid watcher like y'all. I know Will shouldn't win.
Will was listening.
Will was doing nothing. Will is just somebody until it gets down to who they want.
Right.
Will is just somebody to sit there and vote their way and be like, oh, yeah, that's what Will is. But I mean, no, I was just wondering. I mean, not Will, anybody. If I made it to the end doing absolutely nothing, I'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna vote for you.
Oh my goodness.
I made it to the end doing absolutely nothing. I just sat there.
Hey, they on vacation. They chilling. That's what Will and Ashley on vacation.
Well, look, okay, and I want to say good morning to Sage Gage. So Nothing Burger has come up with one thing that Will did. Nothing Burger in the chat said Will did get out of threat in Zach without getting blood on his hands. Which Zach, I thought Zach went out. When did Zach go out? I think about 2
He went out.
weeks ago.
Well,
Zach went out before Riley, the week before Riley went out. So, but I can't even remember whose HOH. Oh, that was Ava's HOH. Cousin Ava's HOH, Zach left. So I guess Will could take credit for Ava's HOH. But that would only be if he was smart enough to even know. Will don't know what he doing. He didn't even know that he helped Ava do that. He don't know. He ain't did nothing. But okay, so I'm just saying. And he always talk about his chocolate drop and all this. Like, look here now. You need to make them grandkids proud. You better win something. At least something now. But so yeah, that wine competition was a pretty long one, but it was just like kind of like poker, where you just gotta guess to see if somebody bluffing you and trying to poison you or not. Essentially, Mickey did end up being victorious when it came to that, and so Mickey won the HOH. I mean, won the veto, the veto. Now with Mickey being on the block, everybody knows that Mickey. What's wrong with your dog?
Somebody come, somebody at the door.
Girl, I'm so happy I got these headphones on. Cause if I ain't had these headphones on and Zulu would have heard that, girl, ain't no telling what his rump would have done.
He would have barked back.
Girl, he would have been up in here acting a fool. But okay. But so everybody knows that Mickey is gonna use that veto to save herself. So now they scrambling to figure out who is going to be the replacement. Keanu is still obsessed with trying to get Vince to put Rachel as the replacement. But Rachel, being the veteran that she is, she took it up on herself to monopolize all of Vince's time, where she pretty much stayed at Vince's hip so that Keanu couldn't come and talk to Vince. And so that people couldn't come and try to change Vince's mind, which was smart. It was smart.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey did end up using the veto to save herself, and Vince put Catherine up as the replacement nominee, which I thought that was a safe gameplay, but it wasn't a bad gameplay because y'all already got her boyfriend out last week. You might as well get her on up out of here. What you think?
I was thinking the same thing. That was the easy target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because once they got Riley out last week, then you might as well go ahead and get her on out. And so she is now the replacement nom. Rachel is currently safe off the block, but now Rachel is seething mad and livid at Keanu's raggedy ass. And then we move on into Thursday night's episode, which is the live eviction episode. Okay, what's your thoughts?
Well, we already know about Rachel and Keno went from frenemies to enemies. Ashley talking about Kelly, and she was right. Oh man, when Ashley was talking about Kelly, and Kelly was standing right behind her, there got to be some dumb people, boy, not paying attention who's in that room. They don't look around before they start talking.
Not only that, but even what about when Ava was up there up on her bunk bed and they up in there talking about damn Ava, and Ava right up there up in her bed listening.
Yeah, then they gonna go back to see what she in there. She pretending she sleep.
Yes. But that's the thing. When you sneaking around and being a slithering snake all up and through that house like that, you gotta be mindful of who all is around.
And then Lauren, she gonna run into Vince, tell about some. I think I messed up. She was like, I went in there, we were talking. I don't think she was asleep. She might have been asleep. She wasn't sure if she sleep or not sleep.
And good morning to Wes. And then Sage Gage said,
what's up, Wes and Sage Gage?
Yeah, Wes said Will threw the HOH comp to Ava. Oh, he threw it to her. He buzzed in before the video even stopped on purpose. Gotcha, Wes. Okay. Well, hopefully Will remember that that's what he did. Because he going to have to tell them that that's what he did if he make it to the end.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah, now that they explained that, I get it. Now, Sage Gage said these newbies don't know that that's the first thing you do. Look around. Yeah, you're supposed to be aware of your surroundings before you get the whisper. That's why most of the time when you have conversations like that, the people typically go to the storage room. You go up in the storage room. That's where you go.
They was just having a full-blown conversation. Ava laying there listening.
Yeah.
Then she turned around and go back to see if she was up there asleep or not. Now she don't know if she was asleep or not. Now she need game control.
Yeah, I think if I were in the house, the storage room would definitely be my go-to where I'm going to have game talk. At first, I was thinking about probably the bathroom stall you can have game talk. until somebody got to go to the bathroom and then they see two of y'all coming up out of there. Then you done got caught.
That was the funniest episode of them doing that. That was crazy.
Yes. So now everybody is scrambling as far as, trying to see what's what. I think the highlight of this episode though was Rachel calling out Keanu and Keanu lying to her face.
Yeah.
Rachel kept calling him out and he stood firm in the fact that he didn't do it. He didn't know why Rachel was mad with him. And I'm like, just go ahead and fess up. She telling you how she know. And again, he still want to try to blame it on Morgan. He think that Vince would never rat on him.
Mhm.
It was a whole bunch of betrayal that happened at the beginning where Keanu tried to confront Vince about betraying him. And I don't know. It's just a lot. Keanu is dumb as a box of rocks because Keanu putting all of his faith into Vince instead of Rachel. When I honestly think that I think that Vince might be loyal to Rachel and Lauren.
Okay.
I think he would always pick Lauren over anybody, and then maybe Rachel might be his second choice. That's my thought. What you think?
I think the same thing because keep
Why is Rachel still there?
Lisa say, why Rachel's still there?
Y'all keep on saying Rachel. She should have been gone. And the fact that everybody's mad because Keanu trying to get her ass out of there, he the only one trying to get out of there because y'all acting like Rachel ain't already won. Rachel is the winner. Rachel is gonna talk.
But the problem is,
what's the problem?
but wait, Lisa, the problem is, ain't nobody trying to take Keanu to the final two except Rachel. Nobody's trying to take him. They all been wanting him gone since the first week.
Right, and he should
the
see
fact
that.
At least you want to take him. Right. Since the first week, they wanted his ass out.
No, she do because she knows she'll win over him.
But here's the thing: she won't win over him. Y'all think she went over him? People don't like Rachel. People count out of Rachel because she been there. Rachel shouldn't have never. Her seat shouldn't have got hot. As soon as her ass sat down, she should have went on the block and she should have sent her home because she gonna win. And Keanu is the only one that is trying to get her ass up out of there, and everybody's mad because he's trying to get up out of there. I don't care, lie, cheat, steal, pull that bitch hair, get her up out of there because she's already been there. She is running them raggedy and she ain't did shit. She is running them raggedy. Everybody in there, Mickey, Vince, everybody, but Keanu. Because he told y'all, I'm coming for y'all one by one. And that's why I don't like him, because he ain't lied in the beginning. Now he lying. She really like get Rachel at her house.
All right.
So Nothing Burger said Rachel said that would be dumb to take Keanu because he's a comp beast. And then Sage Gage said Rachel has played this game 3 times. She needs to go.
Rachel should have been gone. That was crazy to me that they let Rachel sit up in that house just chilling.
I'm proud of Rachel. I said I'm proud of Rachel.
That's what you got.
Everybody that has never played the game, this is their first go round. Y'all letting Rachel, somebody who has won and been on the game 3 times, sit up in there this whole time and get mad when somebody actually want to get rid of. She been there 3 times. Y'all gonna let her win? Y'all gonna let her just chill? Y'all gonna let her get to the jury house? So the influence the jury.
Well, I think
influence the people.
Wait a minute.
Well, I was just saying, I think if she don't get out this coming up week, then I think everybody get to the jury, because at this point, I think we down to the wire where it's time for jury. That's another reason why I'm more disappointed in Will and Ashley for not winning shit. Like, how long y'all gonna sit there and not do anything? Because at least Rachel won the HOH and got Riley rump out.
Yeah.
But But okay, so now let's see. I'm looking here at my next notes. So I think the entire week they wasn't sure who should be the target, but many of the people was wanting to target Kelly. I don't know if y'all was aware of that, but they wanted to get Kelly out this week. Once Mickey removed herself off the block, then the next target became Kelly. From what I was gathering from the super fans and the people like on Twitter and Instagram and stuff,
Mhm.
it seemed like Kelly is a habitual liar up in the house, and she always instigating stuff and stirring the pot to make these people get upset with each other. And she
Yeah,
do it on purpose, and she brag about it. And for that reason, it's starting to annoy people that she doing that, because you don't know whether you could trust anything that's coming out of her mouth
right.
in the game. And so they were trying to target Kelly this week, and even still that would have meant that the other two would have been safe. However, the BB blockbuster happened.
Yeah, but hold on. How about Catherine when talking to Rachel? And Catherine really don't do not care too much about Rachel, but she trying to, get her on her side at the same time.
Well, Catherine didn't have a choice because she put all her eggs in one basket, and that was Riley. And now
Hmm.
Riley gone. That's another problem with putting your eggs all up in one basket, because now that she lost Riley, now she playing catch up trying to form these new relationships in the house, because she pretty much ignored all of those relationships because she had the protection of Riley until she no longer had his protection.
You're right. She should have thought about that in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And that stems what I was saying. I'll have, I'd rather a bigger group where I can mingle and talk to people and they be on my side versus stand with one person.
Mm-hmm.
Sage
Yeah.
said if they played their cards right, we could potentially end up with another cookout, but too many of the blacks are passing and not claiming black. Right?
Yep.
I'm trying to think. I thought, I think all of them feel like they black. Even Keanu. I
Hmm.
think Keanu think that he black. I mean, he got dreads, for Christ's sakes.
Right.
But I
Yeah, because it could be Mickey, Keanu, Will, and Ashley 2.0 cookout 2.0.
but the problem is Will and Ashley ain't winning nothing. With the cookout, at least the majority of them was winning. I think the only person that wasn't winning for them was Derek. But of course, he was the fat guy.
Yeah, Morgan, Mickey, Keanu, Will, and Ashley. So that leaves Will and Lauren and Kelly. Yeah, and Ava. Get them out.
Wait a second. So Sage Gage said 5 black people are in there. 5. I see Morgan, Will, Ashley, and Keanu. Where is the 5th black person?
That's 5. Mickey, Morgan, Keanu, Will, and Ashley.
Oh, wait. I didn't think that Morgan was black. Y'all think
She
Morgan black?
mixed. She
Yeah, she
mixed.
black.
Oh. Well, then
What?
I guess that's who she's talking about.
Lisa said one of her parents black.
So what the hell Morgan was?
She ain't
And
white.
see, child, I know. Well, even if she want to be the mixed one, then she'll have to be at the bottom. That she gonna be the first one to go. You gotta
I'm
go.
I'm hanging up.
You gotta go. Then Keanu gotta go. And then, but again, Will and Ashley ain't really helping win nothing. The hell, if we gonna be honest, Morgan ain't winning nothing either. For her to be this athlete and everything, and she couldn't even stay up on that damn wall. Then I think she was making an excuse and said she had a bad back. That's why she fell off the wall.
Right. Now, how about Kelly doing stretches on the wall? Till her ass fell down.
Well,
She,
but I mean, you get stiff up there. I
she
think
was like,
Kelly had been up there for almost an hour.
she
Imagine
was
standing right up there for a whole hour. Mm.
she was doing her yoga.
But yeah, they so but I guess yeah, there could have been a cookout, but no, they mind ain't in it, Sage Gage. So
They're not
now
thinking.
as far as the blockbuster goes, when the blockbuster started, I was definitely rooting for Ava.
Hmm.
I was rooting for Ava to get it, and ended up being disappointed because Kelly got it again.
Yep, she got herself off the block like she been doing.
Hmm As much as Kelly is a liar and she getting on people's nerves, all of these blockbusters that she win in can say something for her gameplay. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is like the fourth or fifth one that she's won, which is pretty impressive. Now,
Hmm.
what I feel like they need to do going ahead, if they smart, they're gonna let her be one of those three every single week until she lose that blockbuster. And when she lose it, get her the fuck on up out of there.
Right. Yeah, because she keep winning between. I just think between her and Will, because Will playing too many mind games. He need to go.
I'm thinking about who is the most of a threat. Kelly is more of a threat to me than Will because Will ain't doing shit. So I would think that I would try to keep putting Kelly up as one of them nominees until she finally lose the blockbuster. And the very first time she lose it, ship her out. Then after I done shipped her out, then Will be probably be next. But I'd be like, you better what they say, you better piss or get off the pot. That's what he need to do. Oh, and the BB Blockbuster, the competition was called Hilltop Heist, in which they had to roll a ball down a ramp. Um, and they had to place some obstacle pieces down on the board in order to guide the ball to a certain area. Um, to a certain area of the board. I guess I just have to call it the board. Um Kelly ended up getting her ball down the ramp the fastest, so she won. And then it left Ava and Catherine on the block for the final vote for the eviction. Now, in the live eviction episode, as they were going down the stairs, in order for Julie to announce who won the blockbuster, I always notice how they walk and their demeanors when they
With the
walking down
straight,
the stairs.
with the straight face. I'm like,
Right. And a lot of the times you can tell in Kelly's body language whether or not she done won because she be kind of skipping down those stairs. Like she have a straight face, but it's some type of way, like how she be coming down them stairs skipping, and I be like, I be trying to tell if they give any type of pointer or hint that it's them that won. But either way, Kelly won. I don't think anybody was surprised, but at the same time, I know that they were very much disappointed because good morning, Miss Whistledown. They were disappointed. They were disappointed because Kelly was supposed to be the target. So now that it's Ava and Catherine, I automatically knew once Kelly won that I knew that
Catherine.
Ava was staying. I knew Ava was
Mhm.
staying.
Yep, I did too. I was like, she ain't going nowhere.
Mm-mm.
She
No,
not leaving.
Ava got too many people surrounding her and too many top players that she done cultivated relationships with. Whereas Catherine, like I said, wasted the first 6 weeks only really building a relationship with Lauren and with Riley. And now Riley is gone. So it was just easy to go ahead and get Catherine voted on up out of there. So they did cast their votes to evict. Catherine was sent packing out the door, and now we wait to see the next HOH. Now, the one thing that I can say as far as predictions go going forward, this week, DC, I cannot do a prediction. I did not go and look, but I told you that I'm subscribed to other channels and stuff.
Somebody
And
you saw
this
it.
morning I was scrolling looking for my beef sector videos. and one of them channels had put in their title who the HOH was, and I was so pissed.
Oh damn.
Uh-huh. And normally I don't go look for any Big Brother stuff like that until after we have done this show. But
Right.
this morning I was scrolling trying to see what was going on, like what I missed from last night because I had went to bed. And I scrolled down and I saw the HOH. But either way, you can definitely do your prediction. Um, you could definitely do your prediction on who you think is going to get it. Let me I gotta go to my screen where I have my notes so that I could put
My
week 8.
prediction.
Hold
Let's
on,
see.
week 8 prediction. And I guess you could do your prediction for, I guess, for the HOH and the 3 nominees.
Wait a minute, hold on. The HOH is gonna be let me see. HOH gonna be shit. I would say Will, but we already talked about him, so I don't think it's him. We talked about Ashley. I don't think it's gonna be her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot. Let's say Mickey.
Okay, you said Mickey. Okay, and if
She gonna put Will. Hold on, I'm typing too. Will, she gonna put Will. Shit, who else she gonna put? Vince.
mm-hmm.
Who she don't like? Morgan.
Interesting.
See, now I'm a switch.
Well, no, you can't switch. You done already said it.
I'm just playing.
Now, look, the reason why I said interesting is because for the life of me, I don't know why you didn't put Kelly as one of them. Even though I know who won the HOH, I'm still going to predict for Kelly to be in the 3 nominees because Kelly going to have to lose the BB Blockbuster in order for them to have a chance to get her out. Unfortunately, I really do feel like the best strategy going forward, no matter who wins the HOH, is to make sure that she one of the 3 so that she could get up in that Blockbuster.
Okay.
So all I'm going to do for my prediction is just put Kelly. Well, I guess I could predict who might get put up, even though I know who the HOH is.
Okay. Now I can't wait to watch it.
Okay, so I will put, let's see. I'm not predicting the HOH because I already know.
Right.
I already know HOH, but I believe who will be put up based on this person. And if in and let me go look at our picture.
Hold on. Who you say on the block?
I ain't picked yet.
J Dunn.
I'm looking at the picture. Okay, so based on what I'm seeing on this picture, I am going to say I feel like I shouldn't even give my my prediction of who's gonna be the nominees because it's gonna be a dead giveaway if I do. So maybe I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah. Because as soon as I go out the gate naming these people, then it's probably gonna give away who the HOH is. So we just gonna leave it at yours.
Okay.
All right. So now with that being said, we got your predictions. Now, as soon as we end this, I'm gonna tune into my live feeds. And actually, DC,
Hmm.
I'm gonna probably be tuning into the live feeds a lot this week because this is like my vacation time right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm doing vacation time because my birthday is Tuesday.
Uh-oh.
So
Why you not out of town this weekend?
out of town, girl, everything happened here. They have gay pride here in Atlanta every Labor Day weekend. So
Okay.
if anything, I could go do something like that, but it just depends on if that's what I want to do. Last night I was tired though. I ain't feel like trying to go do nothing. Girl, you gotta remember, when you work and you do try to do this content and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
girl, I be glad when I get some time to myself.
Shoot, you
And
ain't
to
gonna
be
say
honest,
nothing. You ain't gotta say nothing. I got the grandbaby during the weekday. I'm watching everything on YouTube, trying to keep up and them doing, our little commentary stuff. We do stuff here,
mm-hmm,
videos and
mm-hmm.
stuff. I know.
It just be like finally whenever you could just have a sigh of relief. But I mean, like I said, I got the next 6-7 days to decide on whatever I decide to do.
Right.
And so last night though, the main goal was sleep. It was sleep. Oh, Leilani said she didn't do anything for her birthday. Yeah, Leilani, it be like that sometimes. But not even that. Even with it being Pride, I've gone to Pride at least maybe 4 or 5 times since I done been living here. And it's like once you go to Pride, you probably done been to a mall.
Hey, the
Then
same thing.
yeah, but I will say when you go out to Piedmont, like typically this weekend, they will be having stuff out at Piedmont Park. But then now I'm to the age now where I'm like, well, do I feel like fighting this traffic or trying to find somewhere to park? Then you gotta find somewhere to park and walk about a mile just to get to the park. Like,
But you know what's
Lord,
good? It was good
what?
about out here in DC. You can pretty much catch the subway train everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't even got to worry about that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I will say though, Piedmont Park, they typically had like live free concert out there. And it's pretty dope. It's nice. But I don't know. I'm gonna hit up one of my friends and see what she got planned this weekend. But outside of that, I'll be fine. Just catching up on the live feeds. I might get me I don't know. I might get me a seafood boil. I ain't had no seafood in a minute. Might get me a seafood boil and just watch the live feeds or watch me some scary movies.
Just
Do
be enjoying
old
your
people
time
shit.
off.
Old people stuff.
Hey,
Cause
watch
I'm
yourself.
old.
Watch yourself.
Do old people stuff, girl.
How old you
But
gonna be, Jada?
I'm about to turn 39.
Oh man, girl, sit down. Sit your ass down. You gonna make me
So
throw you
this
in the grass.
so this is my last Big Brother review as a 38-year-old. This is my
Okay.
last Big Brother review. So then our next review, I'll be 39, girl.
See, see.
I thought she
You
was
lucky I
talking
can't
about
snatch you through this damn laptop.
Why?
thought you was talking about age.
She ain't talking about no age, baby. She already talking about some damn 39.
For real, that's something. But I think I find it funny because I feel like when I first had met y'all or got introduced to y'all, I had to have been about 31, maybe
Yeah.
32. And now I'm about to be 39. I can't believe I done known y'all asses for damn 7-8 years. The hell? Done known y'all for too long.
See, I should have went down. If I would have known, I would have came out there. I would have came
Oh,
out.
to be honest though, DC, I didn't really have too much that I wanted to do. I just knew that I just wanted to Just relax. That's just kind of where I am with it.
Mhm.
But I will say, and I think that's another reason why I'm kind of just content with this, because I'm gonna go all out for my birthday next year, because that's gonna be the milestone. That's gonna be my
Yeah.
40. So
Oh, well,
that's why I was like, I didn't think about really trying to plan anything or do anything extravagant, because the 41 is the one that I got to be looking out for. That's
okay.
the one I
That
got to be
makes
looking out
sense.
for.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what about you, DC? Because ain't your 60th coming up?
Yeah, it is. It's coming up. I really wanted to do a cruise or something, but I'm not sure with the COVID shit going back and forth, And see, I'm an asthmatic, so it's like I don't really want to put myself in a situation. But I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what I want to do now because I was focusing more or less on a cruise. But
Oh, okay.
in,
So
in
now, is your 60th, is that going to be next year or like 2 years?
next year,
So it is next year. Okay. So then, wait a second. Okay. So,
I might be in here just chilling like you, watching Big Brother live.
girl, ain't that the truth? Because I'm trying to think. So, okay. So, me and you, let me see. So, you was, your year is 66?
Yeah,
Oh, so you exactly 20 years older than me, because my year is 86.
and just keep in mind we was up in the club partying. What
We was in the club together.
party?
And
What was that?
that
That
was
was
20, I think that was 2022 or
no,
2023.
no, because Penelope was born in 22. That had to been in 2021, 2021, somewhere around there.
Okay.
No,
Maybe it
Brittany.
was maybe
Yeah,
it
it
was
had been.
2021.
It was 2021 when we was out when I went to
Yeah,
when I was in Atlanta.
Okay. And DC, ain't that about a shame that that's probably the last time I was up in the club too?
Well, damn.
Girl,
That was
go there. Even when we was there, everybody that was younger than us.
I don't know,
Another
but I was
thing that
having
I was
fun.
thinking about, because I was like, last night I had thought about it, because it's one club that's not too far from here. But I said, I'm about to be 39. I said, watch I go up in there and everybody up in there about 25
But you
or
know what?
30.
I ain't even gonna lie. I love music, so I don't. I feel like I'm not worried about how old people are. I'm enjoying myself.
Mm,
That's where I be at. So
that makes sense.
that's why
That
I
makes
started.
sense.
That's why I started DJing. That's why I bought DJ equipment and stuff because I like music.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, yeah. Well, either way, we don't went all off topic with this, but it was worth it. But you want to do the final words, and we can go ahead and get up off this thing.
I just, I enjoy doing this each and every Saturday mornings. Give me look forward to something to do in the morning time, even though I got to go outside and cut the weeds out back in the yard. I was like, I'm supposed to been out there, but no, I'll do this later. But I'm gonna do it before it get too hot outside. But I
Mhm.
can't wait till Sunday to see who gonna be what. And
Mhm.
what else I had to say? Make sure y'all hit the like button on both channels. If you're on
Yes,
my
please.
channel, subscribe to Jay Dunn. If you're on Jay Dunn's channel, subscribe to DC Kool-Aid and Lisa. Me and Lisa might go live later on. I'm not sure. Depends on how these weeds out back go.
Right, right.
I am. I am. I've been procrastinating. But other than that, I enjoyed this.
Yeah,
That's
I have to say I look forward to it as well. On Saturday mornings, and to be honest, DC, I think that's another reason too why my Friday nights I like to go to sleep, because I know I'm gonna be waking up to do this with you. like,
you know
like
what?
I'll be like, I'm about to go and get into nothing or whatever, because I gotta get up early. That's how I feel, even though this really ain't early. But I'll be like, I gotta get up early so me and DC can do our thing.
Shit,
So,
I'm going to bed at 2 o'clock. I be playing. I play on my PlayStation. I play Call of Duty all night. I'm part of a clan on there. Actually, I
mhm,
got a gaming channel that I sometimes stream. But I don't go to bed at 2 o'clock. It's just my brain say I got it. I got my alarm set at 9:30 though, so I be prepared just in case.
mhm.
But I wake up at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
See, for me, I typically can go to sleep early, and then I might get up around 1 or 2, and then I might stay up until about 4, and then I'll go back to sleep again until whenever my alarm go off for this. So for me, that's kind of where I am. I think I could get a good five hours in, 4 or 5 hours, and I'd be pretty good.
Yeah,
And
that's
then I'd be up for like maybe 2 3 hours, and then I might be ready to go ahead and snooze a little bit more. But and that's the part that I'm gonna be looking forward to with all this free time for sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Whistledown says something different, and we all engage. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I'm happy y'all enjoy it. This is me and DC's second summer doing it. This is our second summer in a row. And I plan for us to continue it through season after season after season as long as they got Big Brother.
I wish we can go out there and get a tour of the house. Wouldn't that be cool?
It would be, but I don't know if you knew, but the summer after the cookout one, all the cookout people did a cruise. But and I was looking into going for that cruise for my birthday because it was around my birthday. But this had to be in 22, I believe, or 23 when they did it. And one of my best friends here, she has lupus, and she didn't because of her lupus, she never did get the vaccination.
Hmm.
And when we started setting everything up, Carnival was required all this medical paperwork and doctor's paperwork and stuff for my friend because of her not being vaccinated for the cruise. And it was just a little bit of a hassle. And so we ended up not going. But
Hmm.
since that happened, I've always been subscribed to all the cookout people and Big Brother people on social media to see if they ever decide to get together and do something like that again. Because I believe that that would be the best cruise ever to be able to be on there with Big Brother alum and get to go to these events and listen to them answer questions about the game and all this kind of stuff. You know, a chill vibe to hang out with the Big Brother people. Them
Right.
type of cruises, I always be keeping my eye out on because I think that will really be worth my while.
It would be cool to be part of the audience.
Mm. Yeah, that too. The live audience, but you will have to go to LA for that. But even with the pandemic, that had tripped up the live audience for a long time. It was like it wasn't even a live audience that they had. And even still, I'm almost willing to bet that you have to have some type of vaccination just to be a part of the live audience even now.
Right.
2020 changed up everything from what we knew it. I mean, it's a blessing to still be able to do things, but it changed up a lot, a
Yeah.
whole lot. Yeah. But either way, Miss Whistledown said the house is off limits to the public because people would send messages in the air. It used to be in the middle of the valley, not anymore. Oh, okay, Miss Whistledown.
No, I'm saying go visit the house, not during the shooting, not while they shooting the episodes. And I'm talking about, just to go tour it when it's not being you know,
Okay.
occupied.
Yeah, and the one thing that I can say for y'all Big Brother fans out there, the Amazing Race is about to start back up. I know most people don't. Well, I watch the Amazing Race on and off from time to time, but specifically, the reason why I believe that y'all will be interested in this new coming season of the Amazing Race is that it's going to be Big Brother edition.
And I think
So
we should
all
do.
of the teams competing, all of the teams that are going to be competing on this race around the world are all Big Brother people that came from the Big Brother game.
You want to do commentary on that?
Let me see when it come on. Cause I don't even know when it start. Hold on, let me look up the Amazing Race. The Amazing Race. I'm typing it in now up in my Google. See, this is the reason why my computer was running slow earlier because it
Got
was
too many
running so
things.
early. I be having too many windows. So I'm looking it up now, and it says it was filmed from March and April of this year. Okay, but when does it actually air? Let me see. And this is going to be Amazing Race 38. And it looks like the first episode. Oh, it premieres on September 25th. So I'm thinking it might be premiering maybe after Big Brother's done, but September 25th. Okay, we might could do it, DC, because it looked like it'll just be another review that we go right into after we done with Big Brother. because
Okay.
the 25th is a Thursday. So we would just end up watching it Thursday night and then go into our recaps that the following Saturday morning. And the good thing with the Amazing Race is it's only one episode a week.
Right.
So at least if we watching one Thursday night episode and then we go right into our recap on Saturday morning. And the good thing about it is too is that you can't get spoilers. Because it ain't no live feeds for the Amazing Race. So we could do it.
All right, that'd be cool.
Okay. Yeah, Miss Whistledown said, "Oh yeah, I'm watching. That's going to be cool." And Miss Whistledown said, "Amazing Race is good sometimes. I've watched a few seasons." Yeah, me too, Miss Whistledown. I don't make a habit to watch it. It just depends on like because a lot of times it'll come on after something that I've already watched or either before. And if I connect with one of the teams, then I might see the whole season through and kind of go from there. But so yeah, that's going to be the next thing on me and DC's agenda to do recaps with y'all about that. So we'll see how that goes. Well, either way, y'all, DC gave her final words. I gave mine. Thank y'all as always for joining us another Saturday morning. Y'all will be back next Saturday morning with our next recap for week number 8. Y'all take care, be blessed, don't stress. We'll talk to y'all later.
Peace
Bye.
out.